Boeing. All right, Boeing wildcard stands over airline earnings. A lot of airlines already reported their earnings. Some of them are moving up, some of them are moving down. But the big thing is the grounding of the 737 MAX is still affecting Boeing in a bad way. It's a major talking point of the airline companies that reported earnings today. Our operational and financial performances in 2019 were still true. This is Boeing. Truly remarkable. Oh, no. This is not for Boeing. We're truly remarkable considering an estimated $828 million reduction in operating income and a significant reduction in planned flights due to the MAX grounding. So remember, all of these airlines were utilizing the Boeing 737 MAX, and they had to take them out of their inventory and couldn't fly them. But Southwest Airlines up today at 1.6%. And looking at Boeing is actually up 1.3%. American Airlines also discussed the impact of the 737, and it's aimed to be compensated. Whoa! That's big, to be compensated by Boeing. So American Airlines is going to start going after Boeing and say, yo, you hurting my business, what's up? And then that's going to be interesting to see if they're going to be able to get any compensation, because if they can, all of these other airlines, if they can, they're going to all go after Boeing. That's big news. Now, I don't know how much of a strong or steady ground they have to go after for compensation from Boeing, but that's big news. Did anybody know that? Jake is back now. Did anybody know that this was going on? This is why you come to Trending Thursday. That's big news. One of those carriers that is benefiting from the grounding of is JetBlue, which guided for a capacity growth of 5.5% to 7.5% this year without the MAX to worry about. So JetBlue was ahead of the game, and they were like, listen, I'm not getting into that 737 MAX. I don't even need the plane. So JetBlue was already calculating a capacity growth in the airline without using the 737 MAX, so they're not feeling the effect. Interesting. All right, interesting. Kirby is here. Hi, Kirby. I haven't seen you for a long time, man. I'm glad to see that you're here, my friend. I'm glad to see that you're here. All right, and so we're going to look at a couple of these airlines that are being affected by Boeing. So it's not just Boeing. It is Boeing and the other airlines that buy from Boeing for that 737 MAX. Let's get back into the software. Get back to my watch list of airlines we're going to look at. JetBlue. We're going to look at Southwest. We're going to look at Boeing. We're going to look at American Airlines. So those are the four stocks that we're going to look at in the airlines. Let's see. How about JetBlue as a buy? Remember, JetBlue wasn't depending on the 737 MAX. How about that is the only airline that we're looking at that has a buy recommendation. So we look at, I have Southwest. Southwest is up here, my friend Devin. There it is. We are highlighting Southwest as well. But notice that is the only airline in this group that's got a buy recommendation. They have an earnings growth rate of 16%. How about out of the airlines? They have the best earnings growth. JetBlue out of the airline space may be the way to go. But let's right click. Let's take a look at the stock graphs. Let's go see. Look at that move on JetBlue. JetBlue starting to run. Let's go put this on a 3-month graph. Love the earnings per share. Earnings is higher than it was 3 months ago. And look at the 3.8 cross. This is why we use it, because it works. Go ahead, Tom, type it in the room. This really works. Look at the 3.8 crossover. It broke through a couple of levels of resistance here and here. And now the stock's price is nicely moving higher. Love it that it's doing it on rising volume. Jay, did you put in here Pan Am? Really? Lisa put it in. Way to go, Lisa. I like that. This stuff really works. And this is for the advantages of the new people that may be here that do not have the VectorVest software. All right, but look at the move on JetBlue after it was slightly down to sideways, nicely moving higher. I would go about 12 cents higher than the high. Love the earnings per share along with the good volume. What else is in here? Man, Southwest. Look at the downtrend on Southwest. Look at the big move on it today. The 3 and the 8 just crossed. But look at the sideways move. Moving averages don't work very well when a stock is moving sideways. All right, but look at that move. I definitely would love to see this if the stock could break out of this level of resistance at 55.82, number one. Number two, look at the earnings per share. Their earnings are not growing. Their numbers are not growing. To a GT called it out for my peeps. Beat your G to a GT called it out. Oh, for which stock, Rich? For which stock? All right. Love is also seeking compensation from Boeing. Oh, is that what it is? So not only is American Airlines seeking compensation from Boeing, but Southwest is as well. What earnings, says Joff? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So there is Southwest is looking for compensation, and American Airlines is looking for compensation. Let's get to Boeing, though. There it is. There it is in the nutshell. I can show you by way of trend line. Look at that. Stock is in a downtrend. Let's go bring up a darker line. Look at that. Look at that. And it's just, you know, a nice update today, but look at their earnings. They are so affected by the 737 grounding. And you know, I like that JetBlue didn't jump on board with that plane, and they're feeling the effects. JetBlue might definitely be the way to go. JetBlue, oh, you're talking about, so look at that, my friend. At least we think on the same level, Rich. How about that? And that's why we get along so well. All right, this is a beautiful thing. I love analyzing the stocks and the software. Let's go look at the next one. American Airlines in a channel. Big channel between the level of resistance, 29.72, level of support at 26.85. Earnings is lower than it was 3 months ago and trending lower. I do like the rising volume. That means people are getting more interested in it. But man, this stock has got to get out of its own way, break out of that level of resistance. It's got to break out of that level of resistance. Now, Airbus, I did not put in, what's the ticker symbol for Airbus? Airbus. We'll look at that real quick. All right. Joey may or may not put this into the video. This is on the fly. Another hold recommendation, but I'll take a look at it. Another hold recommendation. Stock was moving up earlier in the year of 2019. Starting to move up again. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. And no earnings. Wow, this is not an ETF, but earnings are flat. Earnings are flat at 249. Watch the pullback on it, George. Watch the pullback on it. All right, the stock is moving higher. Might have found the top. It gapped down. A little bit of a dragonfly doji right now. The 3 and 8 haven't broken down, though. Our volume is pretty steady. I would still wait for more confirmation if I'm not already in it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.